place, we come together, feeling the presence of God. Here in this place, one with each other, knowing who we really are. Then we are called to carry our light and shine it all over the world. Here in this place, we feel acceptance. Here in this place, we feel connection. Here in this place inside, we feel the presence of God. We feel the presence of God.
Same place.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. We're going to call those people in the back to come in and find their seats, and we're small but mighty here this morning as we get rolling. So take a deep breath. Whew, it's been quite a morning of just getting us ready to be present. So join me in being present to this place, this space, where we can center into that knowing of the presence and power that is God. Here in this place. Here in this place, we come together, feeling the presence of God. Here in this place, one with each other, knowing who we really are. Then we are called to carry our lights and shine it all over the world. Here in this place, We find acceptance here in this place. We find connection here in this place. And so we find the presence of God. We find the presence of God.
Well, good morning. Welcome. We were small, but then everybody kind of just filtered right in. That was great. So we are so happy you joined us, and we're so proud to be sharing this vibrant community where we are loving and we are serving each other. And this is what it's all about, service and love, isn't it? So my name is Shannon Hoff-Smith, and I'm so happy to be here with you this morning. And if you're here for your live stream, just know that we feel your energy, and you are just as much of that love that we have, and you can be just as much of service to your community as well. So in addition to the Sunday morning experiences, there are so many truths that we believe and share with each other. And if you'd like more information about how you can do that, please be sure to look at your pamphlets that you picked up on the way in. Go to our website. There's so many ways you can get involved. So I get to assist our very own Missy Michele today. She's going to be talking about how may I serve you, because that's what we're all about, service. So please, let's stand and share our opening song today.
If you're a gal, you're going to get this, that when you change your purse, sometimes everything doesn't find its way into your new purse, such as reader glasses, maybe. So you guys know this song. This is week 4, so sing it real loud. I'm going to do my best to sing what's up there, but you sing what's up there no matter what I'm singing. Here we go. Something great has happened, and love has taken hold, and it won't let go of us now. Something here is falling, this forward, upward motion, we're drops in one ocean, roll on. Will you rise up with me today? Lift up your voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Thank you. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gift with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment of our greatness. Let's stand together now. You got it. You sound really good. Keep going. Keep going. Do nothing amazing to new directions, explode to new heights in your mind. I will rise up with you today. Lift up my voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting. Be a champion of creating. It's the moment of our greatness. Let's stand together now. 2 more times. Let's stand together now. Let's stand together now. You guys are great.
Not bad. Good job. We improvised. Very good. All right. So please remain standing, and let's say our church affirmation together. As the light of Christ expressing, I experience the joy of authentic, loving service. Please be seated.
Hello, my name is Marilyn Velkerding, and the daily word for today is renew. And the affirmation is, I am restored by the Spirit of God within me. Renewal is part of the rhythm of daily life, eating and drinking to nourish and replenish my body, resting to quiet my mind, and sleeping after a day of activity are all ways to renew myself. But sometimes those efforts aren't quite enough to sustain me. At times, when I feel drained at depth, I may need spiritual renewal. God, the one presence and power, is with me always, but it is up to me to keep my awareness of God strong. When I awaken, I say a prayer of blessing for what the day will bring. Throughout the day, I feel God's presence all around me. When I prepare for sleep, I say a prayer of gratitude for all the day has brought. In God, I am renewed moment by moment, day by day. The scripture for today is from 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18. We look not at what can be seen, but at what cannot be seen. For what can be seen is temporary, but what cannot be seen is eternal. Let us repeat the affirmation together. I am restored by the Spirit of God within me.
And now is the time of our meditation and community prayer, so please join me as we sing through twice, Make Me a Servant. Take a deep breath here and center in. Make me a servant, humble and meek. Oh, let me lift up those who feel weak, and may the prayer of my heart always be, make me a servant, make me a servant, make me a servant today, taking it even deeper now. Make me a servant, humble and meek. Oh, let me lift up those who feel weak, and may the prayer of my heart always be, make me a servant, make me a servant, make me a servant today.
Good morning. This meditation is for those of you who are looking to provide greater service and love to others. Let us start with the breath. Take a deep breath in and shift your body into a comfortable position, letting your mind quiet and your body relax. Continue to breathe normally and center in on your heart, allowing yourself to become more present in the moment. Feel your heart beat. Feel the love in your heart. Go deeper into yourself to find that place. God has implanted that perfect pattern of His Son. To me, that sounds like love in action. That is our Christ consciousness coming together and allowing us to see one another. So we can also serve each other Our fall program study a couple years ago used a book by Valerie Carr called See No Stranger. And the one premise that I remember the most from that was that you are a part of me that I have not yet met. Think about that. You are a part of me that I have not yet met. So when I go around meeting people, interacting with people, I'm interacting with myself because we all have that Christ nature within us. We are all connected in spirit. Eric Butterworth, who's another Unity minister, says, "A life is useless unless it becomes an instrument through which some good flows. It may not be the kind of service which is noticed and acclaimed, but it must be done in a spirit of dedication." This is what we need to do, to think of ourselves as a link in the connection through which benefit and service may come into the world. To think of ourselves as a link in the connection through which benefit and service may come into the world. As Myrtle called it, that living service. It reminds me of St. Francis's prayer, "Make me an instrument of thy peace. Make me an instrument of thy creativity, of thy work. Make me an instrument." I think we sing, "Use me. Allow me to express as love in action." So we talk about serving as giving of ourselves, but it's giving of our time, giving of our talent, and giving of our treasure. And I know people don't like to talk about that treasure part, that concept of tithing and giving to your spiritual home. But I was looking at some information and I saw something that really made me pause and made me think of tithing a little bit differently. So I had a teacher that said, "We don't spiritually feed you. You are not babies." And I took a little bit of affront to that because I thought, well, that's kind of mean. But I understand what he means now, because what I found was that what we need to do is not to tithe to our spiritual food, but to tithe to make a difference, to tithe as source, not to the source of one's spiritual nourishment. So rather than focusing on supporting the ministry, we invite people to tithe as source to the mission that we have here at Unity Spiritual Center. And Unity Spiritual Center is that dynamic community, empowering all to embrace and express the divine as we contribute our unique gifts in an evolving world. So we do a lot here within our community, but how many of you also serve outside the community? I can't raise my hand. Yeah, there's still quite a few of you, but that's why I think that we need kind of a new approach to what we do here at Unity. We're really good at taking care of each other and taking care of this community, but what are we doing to serve outside the community? I know we have our outreach program and we collect food for the food pantry, and we collect for different shelters, but we're still doing it in-house. We're not going out into the world. And to be love in action, we need to be able to present ourselves to everyone we meet. One of my goals, and I don't know that it'll happen this year, but it's still a goal and I'm going to make it happen somehow, is to get a group of us to go out and work with Habitat for Humanity. I sit in or I live at the edge of Lakewood and Cleveland, yeah. I was thinking Cleveland West or whatever. But right there is the highway, and at those highway intersections, I see a lot of our houseless folks standing there. And the other night, we had that really bad storm that only lasted a short while, but all I could think about was, what are they doing? And how are they going to survive that? And they will. Most of them did. I'm sure they did. But could you imagine having no place to put your head? So I would really like to be able to do that at some point as part of my service as Love in Action outside the community. I'm not saying that that's what we have to do. I'm just saying think of something for yourself that brings passion to you. I know that almost made me cry, because it almost made me cry. So our community prayer focuses on service as well, and we affirm giving wholeheartedly and joyfully to draw from our passion. So what I'm looking for is what is that passion that you have? What is that you have to offer for the joy of serving? And that brings us to our spiritual practice, which, oh, good, you can see. So I made it kind of general because I hadn't quite finished what I was going to say. So it just says, take action to serve others in some way and see them as Christ sees them. Remember that they are that part of you that you do not know yet. And be willing to serve without reciprocity. Find joy in giving of your time, your talent, and your treasure as a service to one another. And finally, if you like to do social media, we need a social media person. I'm just putting that out there. Oh, I think it's warm enough in here now, right? All right. Everybody stand up. Turn around and look at one another and say, thank you for your service. All right. Go out and be that love in action. Namaste.
There is a point when you cannot walk away, when you have to stand up straight and tall and mean the words you say. There is a point you must decide just to do it 'cause it's right. That's when you become a point of light. There is a darkness that everyone must face. It wants to take what's good and fair and lay it all to waste. And that darkness covers everything in sight until it meets a single point of light. All it takes is a point of light, a ray of hope in the darkest night. If you see what's wrong and to try to make it right, you will be a point of light. There are heroes whose names we never hear, a dedicated army of quiet volunteers, reaching out to feed the hungry, reaching out to save the land, reaching out to help their fellow man. There are dreamers who are making dreams come true, taking time to teach the children there's nothing they can't do, giving shelter to the homeless, giving hope to those without. Isn't that what this land's all about? One by one, from the mountains to the seas, points of light are calling out to you and me. All it takes is a point of light, a ray of hope in the darkest night. If you see what's wrong and you try to make it right, you will be a point of light. If you see what's wrong and you try to make it right, you will be a point of light.
Thank you, Roberta. Thank you, music team. You guys are rocking it with or without a songbook. From now on, just don't bring it. Just improvise. Nah, no, go ahead and bring it, but we appreciate you. All right, so we hope that your time together here today has inspired you in so many ways to service, to your friends, your family, our spiritual community, and the greater world. USC offers so many different ways to practice these principles and deepen your understanding and connection with God, with each other, and with this community. You are the light in service, and you are invited to express that light through your actions. Our fifth principle, love in action. Okay, so one way is our Wizards of Acoustic Guitar is going to be this coming Friday. And you know what, at this point, more than half of the people that have bought tickets aren't even part of this community. They're coming from, out in the community, which is awesome, which is just a testimony to how great a show this is. So if that's not inspiring you to get involved, I mean, it's really kind of a neat thing. So there is tickets available in the community room. Come see our wonderful Marilyn Velkerding, who is just tireless in putting these on for us. So reserve your spot for this fabulous event and help support, this fabulous community of ours. Another opportunity, join your friends and family at West Creek Watershed Stewardship Center. That's on Saturday, August 19th. Spend some time in nature, take a guided tour, and learn more about the environment and the below water, and a picnic lunch is going to be provided. So you do have to register for that event, but that sounds pretty interesting. And one very special way, this is always my favorite, our fall book program is coming up. So Kim Buhner is heading that up again this year. She'll be at the concierge desk. Check after service today, and you can find out all the different ways you can be supporting that. And we also have the books that are on sale already, and they're $20 each. So get involved in that. So look at our website, look at the turnstiles, get involved. The most important part about this is all this stuff is fun. It's not that service is like work or a job or an obligation. This stuff really is fun. So get involved. It's not only uplifting and spiritually nourishing and all that other kind of stuff. It really is fun. So get involved. So, collectively, we have been uplifted. We have been inspired. And we have shared this moment with each other. We know that our cup is overflowing, and we are available to others as God's love pours through us. We are that channel. And from this awareness of abundance, we're going to join together, thinking about how we are going to give generously to this place. This is where we receive our spiritual sustenance. God is the source, we're the channel. But this is where the channel feeds through us. This is how we thrive. Well, let's consider now how we're going to give back to this loop. So please bless your offering. Let's affirm together. As I give cheerfully and accept gratefully, everyone is blessed.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God was the sun, but God's so much more than the earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. You look so good. Look around. Wow. Command my hands. What must they do? Command my life, and it's here for you. God is the love that feels all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine. Last time, God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me, slow it down, all that I must do.
Please be seated. We gratefully acknowledge each gift and prayer offered through many hands and hearts. We see them expanding in service to Unity Spiritual Center and the larger world and returning to bless the giver. Amen. It always gives me the chills. As we gather together in this state of high consciousness, let us share our empowering search team affirmation. Together, with open minds and hearts, centered in God's love, empowered in the truth that we are one in spirit. I am gratefully aligned with the new minister in divine order, and all is well. So Unity Spiritual Center also gives a portion of our offering to one special organization each month, and this month we will be giving that to Cleveland Family Center for Missing Children and Adults. And this organization works with family and law enforcement to support those with missing family members. So I'm sure we're assisting a lot of people with some serious heartbreak, so thank you for that. So we hope you are glad you came this morning. Of course you are. And if you're here in person, please join us in the community room for coffee and fellowship. If you're joining us via live stream, why don't you come next week so you can do that, because that's fun too. Make sure you chat with some old friends. Be sure you see Marilyn about the Wizard tickets. If you're here for the first time, make sure you are getting a welcome package, because there's lots of good information in there. Bonnie, you have something to share with us right now?
I do, and you can turn those lights up because we're getting ready for our closing songs. But if you were here last week, you heard Jerry and I announce that we are intending to step down from the music platform and retire from that piece. But some of you have asked, and we wanted to just be sure you're very clear that we are not leaving the church. This is our spiritual community. You're our family. We're members here, and we intend to continue supporting the church in consciousness, financially, with our time, and with the new ways to serve. And we're going to be excited to look for those new ways. So we're going to be around. Sometimes we'll even attend service. So it's just going to be exciting to see where it all goes. But we are committed to the church, and wanted to make sure you didn't think we were leaving the church, just the music at this point. So.
Okay, thank you for that. All right, so with that being said, next week we are going to be welcoming back one of our favorites, Bruce Price, who's going to be speaking on understanding unity. So that's going to be really enlightening for a lot of us. And Trey Gilpin is going to be sharing his gift in songs. So let's going to share our closing songs, and then we're going to go and be the light. Go and be the light in service.